Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're doing well. Top Knockouts, episode 50. By far the best part of the week, where every episode I bring you vile and disgusting knockouts. And this week is no different. In fact, this week is better. And if you're new to this series, what I do is prior to every pay-per-view event, prior to every fight night event, I take a look at every fighter participating on the main card of that event, and then I look at their UFC careers. Then I take a look at their best knockouts within the UFC, and from those knockouts I pick the best of the best, and then I compare everyone's best knockout with one another. I get a list and I slap it onto this video. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. This week is gonna be special due to the fact that I think it is a special card. Timestamps at the bottom so you could just move forward. You know, if you see a name you like, you can just go on to that segment. At the end of it, I'm gonna show you the honorable mentions, the knockouts that missed out, that could have been, was this close to being on this list, officially on this list. So let's get into it. Before we do so, just a friendly reminder, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. I would really appreciate it. It'd be awesome. You're awesome. Let's go. Now, starting off this week's list, at number 5 we have Charles Oliveira versus Jared Gordon. Now, if you don't know, Charles Oliveira started his UFC career as a featherweight, which is insane because he is massive. But then after losing to Ricardo Lamas, Charles Oliveira transitioned to lightweight. And as he transitioned to lightweight, he went on a 13-fight streak where he won 12 of those 13 fights, was on an 11-fight winning streak. He went on a rampage. And in this streak, a streak which saw him become champion at the end of it, he fought Jared Gordon on the 16th of November 2019. And in the first round, Jared decided to throw an overhand right. Charles Oliveira slipped it and threw an overhand right of his own. Landing, Jared Gordon he took a knee. But then deciding to stand back up, he wasn't done. Charles Oliveira said, I think you are. Landed an uppercut to Jared's chin and basically had Jared fall down back to the fence. It looked like he was taking a break. Charlie decided he was gonna pile on some punches. Referee said he saw enough. An insane knockout win for Charles Oliveira. A beautiful overhand right followed by an uppercut. You know that you're in for a treat as soon as a fighter wraps the other hand around someone's head and a strike lands, because that head has nowhere to go. That force isn't escaping, it is stuck inside of the head. A beautiful knockout by Charles Oliveira. That is why he is at number 5 on this list. Warren's being at number 5, he has an honorable mention at the end of it as well. I will show you that knockout. Then at number 4, Brandon Royval versus Matthias Nicolau. Now, Brandon Royval has had 7 wins within the UFC. His 5th win came against Matthias Nicolau on the 15th of April 2023. In the first round, Matthias Nicolau decides he's going to throw a step-in jab, unfortunately not seeing the massive knee that Brandon Royval basically just lifts it up. Catches Matthias Nicolau. Nicolau goes down. Brandon Royval capitalizes and throws everything. Throws fists, elbows. I think I saw a wrench. He threw everything. Referee decides that he's gonna call it. Fight's over. An insane victory for Brandon Royval. A perfectly timed knee. They say timing is everything. Everything about this knockout is timing. Threw the knee up the middle, just lifted nonchalantly, catches Nicolau. Nicolau goes down, and Royval just continues to absolutely send his face. Punches, elbows. An incredible knockout for Brandon Royval. Definitely warrants him being number 4 on this list. Then at number 3, Kai Kara France versus Rogerio Bontorin. Now Kai Kara-France started his UFC career 7-2, his 5th win. Once again, flyweights and their 5th win. If you are potentially a flyweight's 5th win, if you're heading into that fight and your opponent is a flyweight and has had 4 wins within the UFC, I would walk home. I would say no and basically take the bus, reflect on my decisions. Because Kai Kara-France's 5th win came against Rogerio Bontorin on the 6th of March 2021 in the first round, the dying seconds of the very first round. Kai Kara-France, after pulling down his pants a little bit, decided that he's gonna throw an overhand right. It looks Charles Oliveira-esque. It looks like a mirror image of what Charles Oliveira did. However, the only difference is Kai Kara-France decided he's gonna land another overhand right, sending Rogerio like a pillar on his forehead. Falls down on his forehead. Kai knew this was done, didn't even try and follow up, basically turned around and started to celebrate. A walk-off KO for Kai Kara-France. This is the flyweight division, and Kai Kara-France is dropping hand grenades on his opponent. Rogerio Bontorin gets absolutely sent. Forehead to the canvas, a overhand right, followed up by a right uppercut, only to land another overhand right. Safe to say, Kai Kara-France loves his right hand. And that is why this knockout is at number 3 on this list. Then at number 2, I have something special for you. Have you ever thought, where does this meme come from? I'm gonna show you. Beneil Dariush versus Drakkar Klose. Now this knockout is the ultimate call an ambulance, but not for me moment within the UFC. The ultimate how the turntables moment inside of the UFC. It's either this or Czech Congo versus Pat Barry. Now Beneil Dariush started his 8-fight winning streak inside of the lightweight division on the 10th of November 2018 when he fought and ended up beating Thiago Moises. Then in the 4th fight of this 8-fight winning streak, Beneil Dariush fought Drakkar Klose on the 7th of March 2020, and in the 2nd round, the very first minute of the 2nd round, Drakkar Klose threw a straight right and a right hook which had Beneil in trouble, had Beneil in dire straits, and Drakkar knew he had to capitalize. Pressing forward, throwing, wanting to knock Beneil Dariush out. After taking a step back, Beneil Dariush retaliated and threw an overhand right which had Drakkar on skates. How the turntables now, Drakkar Klose, he's backpedaling, Beneil is moving forward and he catches him with an overhand left, almost knocks Drakkar Klose's mouth guard out clean. Drakkar is out clean. An insane victory, an insane knockout for Beneil Dariush. How the pendulum switched from Drakkar just moving forward, Beneil backpedaling, he's in trouble, Drakkar throws everything, Beneil decides he has to retaliate, he has to do something, otherwise he might get knocked out. Drakkar gives him an opening, Beneil throws an overhand right, now all of a sudden Drakkar is backpedaling, Beneil's moving forward. It is beautiful. And that is why Joe Rogan reacted in that way. The ultimate call an ambulance, but not for me. We need a stretcher. It is for you. Knock Drakkar Klose out cold. It is beautiful. And also, listen, Beneil Dariush's honorable mention, you're gonna want to stick around for it. It is insane. That is at number 2 on this list. And at number 1, Ilia Topuria versus Alexander Volkanovski. So Ilia Topuria is 8-0 within the UFC, and after his 6th victory within the UFC over Josh Emmett, Ilia received an opportunity to fight Alexander Volkanovski for the featherweight championship of the UFC. This is a Volkanovski, by the way, who is the greatest featherweight of all time. This is a Volkanovski who has never been knocked out up until that point, but on the 17th of February 2024, in the second round, Ilia Topuria threw a right hook to the body, followed by a left hook over the top, had Volk in trouble. Had Volk heard, Volk started to backpedal, lean against the fence, and Volk knew he wasn't able to just raise his guard, trust his guard, and let Ilia tee off, because Ilia Topuria has little boy and fat man in his hands and can drop a nuclear bomb on your head, which he proceeded to do. Volkanovski knew that he had to retaliate, had to throw something to get Ilia to back off, attempted to throw a right hook. Ilia slipped it and landed an overhand right, which knocked Alexander Volkanovski out clean, out stiff. Volk was sent to space, went on a spiritual journey. An insane knockout win for Ilia Topuria, overhand right. He had a couple of follow-up shots, but it was over. And the reason why this is on the list and not Max Holloway is, first of all, Volkanovski is the greatest featherweight of all time. I think that moment will be a defining moment within Ilia's UFC legacy, and Volk was knocked out clean. Now, Max wasn't knocked out clean. It took Volk a couple of minutes after the knockout to stand up. Now, it sucks to see Daddy Volk, knocked out. But Ilia fighting like a raccoon on rabies, basically just throwing bombs like he is playing Call of Duty. An insane knockout for Ilia Topuria, and I think it deserves being number one on this list. But that is the list for this week. Now, what I'm gonna do is show you every single honorable mention that did not make the list. It's gonna start with Peyton Talbot versus Giannis Gamori, and then it's gonna move towards Charles Oliveira's honorable mentions. Brandon Royval doesn't have any. It's gonna move on to who was number 2 on this list. Well, Kaikar France doesn't have any either, but Beneil Dariush, he has honorable mentions. Then Ilia's honorable mentions, and yeah, you decide in the comment section. Do you agree with the list that I made? Do you agree with the order? Did I pick the right knockout? Enjoy this montage of devastation and have a beautiful day.